Hi, welcome everyone. Very glad that you were able to join us here this afternoon. This breakout session is for the University of Houston College of Nursing. My name is Joanne Medina, and I am the program coordinator and the recruiter. We also have with us today Ms. Esther Nguyen. She is part of our very first traditional BSN cohort. Hi, Esther. And so for today, we'd like to talk to you a little bit about our program, answer some questions that you all might have. So we want you to just sit back and relax. And if there's a particular question that you might have, maybe for Esther, please feel free to send those questions to her privately, or please send them for everyone to view. And it's for me as well. So again, this is for the University of Houston College of Nursing. And what I want to show you today is our mission statement. We thrive on our mission statement. This is the backbone, if you will, for our college. When you hear nursing, you'll see a lot of our flyers, our postcards that our mailings that we send out. You'll see where it says nursing, period, excellence, period, and then the word period, because that's exactly what our college represents. Here you'll see just a tad bit of the mission statement, and it reads, the mission of the University of Houston College of Nursing is to provide innovative, dynamic, and nationally competitive nursing education to a diverse student population that builds professional leaders and clinical experts. So the different programs that we have here in the College of Nursing, we have 3 different types of BSN programs. We also have our master's program, and get this, we are getting our DNP program very soon. So we are very excited. So the 3 BSN programs we have are the RN to BSN, our 2nd degree BSN program, and also our new traditional BSN program. It is a very new program. This is our 2nd cohort that we just admitted this fall. We're very excited. And Esther, actually, she is graduating in May of 2021. She is from our very first cohort. Now, we have a deadline date for our admissions application of April 1. I do tell everybody it's not April Fool's. We only have a one-time admissions application. Can that change? Absolutely. Currently, it is only for fall, but that deadline date is a very hard deadline of April 1. You can imagine all the work that goes behind with the admissions application and in the evaluation of transcripts. So we have a great team that puts in a lot of hours, and so it does take some time. Okay. Now, the admission criteria for the traditional BSN program, we do have on our website, but I wanted to list it here for you as well. So that way, if you had any questions, again, please feel free to note those for us. So that way I can go ahead and explain anything that you might still have questions on. And so a lot of those questions come from, how can I be eligible for your program? This particular program was devised for our University of Houston students. Students coming in from high school, coming immediately from high school, acceptance into the University of Houston, you will have a degree plan to follow, which is our nursing degree plan. We want you to complete at least a minimum of 45 semester credit hours. Okay, that's one part of the admission criteria. Now, the second, you'll need a cumulative of a 3.0 GPA, and that's based on those courses from the University of Houston. Now, with that cumulative, there are other courses that you will need to meet a particular GPA requirement, okay? Just for example, your anatomy and physiology class, okay? The second part specifically, you will need a B or higher. So just for instance, for an example, if I made a B minus or a C, I would have to retake that class before coming into the program, because that's one of our admissions criteria, okay? You do have another set of classes that you'll need to receive a B minus or higher. And that's your other A&P1, your microbiology. This is also your nutrition, and also your foundations of chemistry. Now, with your other science courses, we need both your lecture and your lab, okay? Chemistry is the only course that the lab is not required. If you've already taken that particular course, wonderful, awesome. However, if you have not, then all you need to take is the lecture portion, okay? Along with our admissions criteria, there is an entrance exam that must be taken. It is through ATI, and it's called the TEAS exam. Now, I know a lot of programs, you might hear of an exam called the HESI, you also hear the TEAS. Unfortunately, we cannot use that HESI in lieu of our TEAS exam. So for us, it is the T6. Now, can that version change? Absolutely. ATI can change that version at any time. If you'll follow us through our webpage, you'll see if we make any changes, all that information will be updated as soon as we get it. What we want you to do is, if a new version comes out, give us a call if you have any questions. But predominantly, we want you to take that T6 that we have on our set of requirements. If not, we will notify you to go ahead and take that next version. There is another version, though it's a lower version. Currently, there is a TEAS 5. We don't want you to go backwards, but you can go forward, okay? Now, I am going to show you in just a little bit what that score report is going to look like for ATI, because we're going to need that in addition to your change of major form, okay? Now, in addition to your application and your TEAS exam, we're also going to require a background check, and that's for the Texas Board of Nursing. You're going to be visiting a lot of clinical sites, and so not only will you be dealing with patients and their families, the community, handling medications, they want to make sure that the people coming into their facilities don't have a criminal background. Okay. Also for our applicants, we also have what's called clinical readiness requirements. It's a tongue twister. It is a nice set of requirements for all of our students. And for example, vaccinations, CPR certification, health insurance, malpractice insurance. So those are just to name a few. But we do have a link on our website. If you click it, it's going to take you to this very nice detailed area where you'll be able to see what each of those clinical requirements are. Now, should you start getting those vaccinations? Not just yet, okay? Because what happens, they expire. So you want to wait till someone reaches out to you, says, hey, congratulations, you've been accepted into the program. We will have a clinical facilitator reach out to you and let you know exactly what's needed. So that way you're not duplicating or you're not obtaining those immunizations that you might not even need, okay, because they can be costly. Your CPR certification, you want to make sure that you go by with what is on our, what's provided for you on our website or through that clinical readiness requirement form. We only will accept the BLS through the American Heart Association. I know a lot of agencies are offering the online certifications, but unfortunately we do not accept the online certifications, okay? Yeah. Now's the fun's going to start, okay? This is the, it's an example of what your change of major form looks like. And I wanted to provide it for you because there is a section on our particular website and it says how to apply. Now you'll see nursing casts may be published on our website throughout. And so we want to make sure that you're completing the correct application for your program. The traditional BSN program is the only program that does not use nursing casts. You've already completed your applied taxes application. We don't want you to complete another application with another fee attached, okay? So this form, I look at it as an addendum to your applied taxes application. What you're telling us is that you're looking to change your path and you're saying, I want to get into nursing. And it could be you apply to the University of Houston, you selected nursing or pre-nursing, and you just did not make it. And it's okay. You could have gotten maybe your second choice, your third choice, maybe exploratory studies. And again, that's fine. We have a list of requirements. And as long as you follow that list of requirements, you're shoo-in, okay? So this is what that form looks like. Now, in addition to this form, this is when that ATI score report is also going to be needed. You're going to include both of these two forms to our nursing email box. So you're going to upload that to us, those two particular documents to an email address for nursing only. So it's nursing@uh.edu. And again, that's also on our website. And we'll go ahead and we'll visit that area so you'll know exactly where to go. Now, this is our degree plan. And so a lot of questions that I typically get are the transfer credits or maybe the dual credits or AP credits. And those are questions that, of course, as a mother, I want to know, are these credits transferable? As long as the University of Houston accepts those credits, we will accept those credits. Now, for our particular program, and every program is different. So for our particular program, since it is devised for our U of H student, students coming in directly from high school into the University of Houston, your dual credit and your AP credit, if you have 20, if you have 24, that's fine. We will be able to accept those into our program without looking at that 15 maximum credit hour that we have listed on our website. Students coming from a different institution, say maybe your local community college or another four-year institution. So you did a semester, maybe a semester and a half, you left school, maybe you had to move back home. So maybe you have 15 semester credit hours from a different institution. You can still apply. Maybe you've completed all these courses that we have listed on here and you're ready to come into a traditional program. Unfortunately, you would not be able to apply for our traditional. But guess what? Come on over to the University of Houston, complete that degree, and you can apply to our second degree. But for our traditional, that minimum of 45 semester credit hours we touched on earlier, this is where we would need you to complete those 45 hours is at the University of Houston. Okay. So, there we go. This is the recommended, if you will, course of pathway that we recommend you taking. Twisting words, I apologize. So this particular schedule might look familiar to a lot of you, but some of you, again, you might have your dual credit, you might have your AP credit. So some of these classes you're going to be marking off. So from that degree plan, go ahead and substitute that for another course. You want to speak with your advisor as far as those science courses, because a lot of those science courses are not offered every semester. And Esther can attest to that, right, Esther? So you want to make sure that open communication is ideal between you and your academic advisor. Okay. Down here, it does talk about the writings in the discipline. We recommend you take the Nursing 4312, and that's while you're in the program. So a writings in the discipline class, I would kind of leave for when you're in our program, and I would take another course to help you come into to meet that 45 semester credit hour that we're looking at. Okay. So this is the checklist. This is the course requirement checklist. It's a lot prettier than the degree plan that I just showed you, but what it is, it's kind of like a tally. Go ahead, grab your unofficial transcript. Look to see what you already have credit on. When am I taking this? Have I taken it this fall? Am I looking to take it in the spring? Go ahead and jot it down. Use it as your gauge. Students do this all the time, but of course we'll need the nice cleaner version at the end. So this is the score report that I was mentioning a little earlier from ATI. So this is your T-score report. They do have two particular types of score reports. One nice and short and sweet, and the other one is nice and detailed. And this is what the nice and detailed one looks like. You'll see that they are in percentiles. So the score that we are looking at and the different areas that we're looking at. If you don't have something to write with, go ahead and grab something now. We are looking at your reading comprehension, your overall composite, and your science. In each of those sections, we'll need you to have a minimum score of 75%. Okay. As you can see, some of these scores are nice and high and some of them not so. You can get a 74.6 actually. And I know it's a little harsh, but it must be a minimum of 75%. Okay. You have plenty of time to study. Use those resources that ATI offers. They offer free practice exams as well. So I would recommend using that. You do have 2 attempts. We have a maximum attempts for the T's, and it's 2. So don't use one of those attempts just to see what's on the exam. ATI has a nice little section, and it'll give you the content, the sub-contents, number of questions for each area, and the time limit. So doing those practice exams will get you prepared for that actual exam, okay? So these are different ways to contact us. I'll be more than happy to share my email address with you. Our main number for the College of Nursing is here provided for you. It's 832-842-8200. The forms that you're needing to submit to us, the change of major form, your score report, and any questions you have, you can send them to nursing@uh.edu. That is the email strictly for the College of Nursing, okay? And of course, you can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So send us your comments. What we do is we update these with deadline dates, maybe for a scholarship, fun activities that we have going on within the College of Nursing, clinical community health fairs that the students have attended. And so we take gobs of pictures of those, and it's just wonderful to see. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send us your questions. And Esther, please, if you can tell us a little bit about your journey before we have to end.
Yeah, I actually went to University of Houston thinking I was gonna get prereqs. Oh, well, I should introduce myself first. First, my name's Esther Nguyen. I'm a student nurse with the College of Nursing. This is my senior year. I'm gonna be graduating in May, so spring semester, and I want to become an L&D nurse, so labor and delivery. Um, I got into the program by chance. The timeline just seemed to fit whenever I was applying to other nursing schools. And then the University of Houston offered me their application, and I applied and I got accepted. The journey so far has been rigorous. It's taken a lot of sacrifices, but I'm really grateful for sticking through with it. It's been tough, but it's been so rewarding getting to meet other nurses in the field, and especially through COVID, having to go to the hospital and seeing people having to be in the hospital, and I'm just there to take care of those people, and it's really rewarding. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I'm open to all questions you guys have about the program.
Just wanted to share with everyone my email address. It's jmedina4@uh.edu. In case later you get an opportunity to view our website, go over the information, and you say, you know what, I should have asked this question. Please, those questions are going to come once we leave here. They always do, and that's okay. Please send me your questions. You can either send them to the nursing inbox, to the nursing@uh.edu, or please send them to me directly. I'm more than happy to help you.
So I
Now, I
see
do
we have a
also, mhm,
couple of questions
yeah,
that I can answer.
okay.
First question I see is the ATI required only for U of H? No, the TEAS test is one of two tests that a lot of Houston nursing colleges use to kind of as an entry exam, and TEAS is one of them. It just happens to be administered under ATI. So if another college you're applying to accepts the TEAS scores, you can send that score to multiple places. In regard to scholarships, I know that the University of Houston, the College of Nursing has internal scholarships where you apply every semester, and then they will match you up with a scholarship, or you can apply for scholarships yourself. They're called external scholarships, and then you would report it to whoever's in charge of handling that, and it will be added to your financial aid package. Um, Another question, if we don't get into the nursing program, can we use the credits to apply for another college? Yes. So I had the intention of getting prereqs from the University of Houston and then applying to other colleges of nursing in the Houston or Texas area. And but the prereq classes do vary between college to college. So if you're looking into doing that, just make sure you go onto their website and our website and be sure what the difference is. Um, Miss Medina, there's a question about if we can apply to U of H with credit from another college, or do we need credit hours from U of H? I think you discussed this, but can you just repeat it for everyone who didn't?
Absolutely. When we look at the applications for students, again, this particular program was devised for our U of H student body. So students coming into the University of Houston for the very first time, those 45 semester credit hours we're looking at will be from the University of Houston. So you're going to have your first 2 years here at main campus. Then the last 2 years, you're going to be at our new and awesome campus over in Katy. If you're coming in from a different institution, from an outside institution, maybe you took time off from high school, maybe a semester, maybe a year, and say you're bringing in some credit hours, say you have maybe 15, then yes, you can still apply to our program. However, we do put a limit on the number of hours for our particular program because we want the student for this particular program to be a true U of H student. So that's why we say a minimum of 45 semester credit hours. So maybe you have 18, 21, 24, still apply because things can change. Maybe you had to repeat a particular class. Okay, so of course that's going to give you more hours. Maybe you took fundamental courses. So we do look at everyone's application individually. Now, students who have already maybe have received their associate's degree, maybe you've already completed 45 hours at your local community college, then unfortunately you would not be able, you would not be eligible for this program. But I do encourage you to still apply to the University of Houston, complete your degree, and then apply to our second degree BSN program. Okay, and those are for students who already have that degree, looking to change their path and get into nursing. And so it's a 1-year program. And again, I've sent my email, be more than happy to speak with you on any one of our programs that we offer.
There's a question asking how it was like for me to train as a nurse at U of H. So I'm not, I haven't been hired or anything as an L&D nurse. That's kind of my career goal. But it's my interest is L&D. I've also been in NICU. So what the program consists of is clinicals where you get to experience each specialty in nursing at different hospital sites that you're assigned to. And we've been to Med-Surg, which is like it's a general nursing. L&D is, of course, with babies. NICU is with sick babies. We've have yet to go to ICU and PEDS next semester. We've also done school nursing, which was very, very interesting. And a couple more places. You'll kind of get a feel for every kind of nurse that there is, which is good. So you know what you want to be whenever you graduate. The next question is, what was it like studying for the ATI? Well, for me, it was a couple months of dedication, and because I was still taking college courses while studying, I had to really time manage my time. I had schoolwork from my regular courses, as well as kind of restudying all the courses I took before in order to take the test. So from my personal experience, I know that anatomy and physiology is very specific on the ATI. So pay attention to your anatomy and physiology course. And if you're going to be applying to the traditional program in April and you're still taking anatomy and physiology in the spring semester, that course won't finish until around April. So you're gonna have to kind of get ahead on the content if you can. If not, you can take anatomy and physiology 1 in freshman year to get those 2 courses over with and then restudy it. So that was my experience. I also did the ATI resources that Ms. Medina also suggested, and they were really helpful for me. You could also find resources other places, I'm sure. And you should plan on having ATI completed before you apply because that's one of the required documents. So the ATI website has a list of dates and locations that you can find, and then you can sign up whenever you feel ready to take the test. And of course, it's a maximum of 2 times. Another question we have is, can you tell us about the resources available to nursing students like tutoring, etc., and have I taken advantage of any of it? So the College of Nursing has courses that the professors expect us to be self-reliant. So we don't really have a set tutoring program, but within the cohort, we do help each other. Like we have groups for studying, and then after tests, the professors are very open to meeting you to go over your exam. They won't go over questions specifically, but they'll touch on topics that you could probably work on, review on. Um, and we have Miss Obi, who is also very helpful to us. She helps us if you don't say you didn't do well on exam, and she can also help you go over content that you've missed. So no tutoring or anything like that, but just know that you have to kind of work hard yourself and with your peers. Is the TSI and the ATI the same, and can the TSI be used for the ATI? Ms. Bedina, I've never heard of the TSI, but I believe you only take the ATI-TEAS test for the program.
Correct. Unfortunately, no. The TSI we would not be able to use to replace the ATI exam. ATI is who services the TEAS exam. So the two particular exams that are out there for nursing programs is usually the HESI and the TEAS. And so when you are looking at the different programs, please also look to see if they require an entrance exam. Sometimes the programs will, you'll have some that require the HESI and then some the TEAS. And so it could be costly. So you just want to make sure that if you're looking at the HESI, make sure the other school that you're looking at, say for instance, for us, we accept the TEAS only. So if you're taking the HESI, you might want to check with that institution and see if they'll accept the HESI in lieu of the TEAS. But unfortunately, the University of Houston College of Nursing does not. Great question, though.
Everybody had really great questions.
Yes. Now, as well for ATI, once you visit their website, you'll see up in the right hand, it'll say create my account. I would recommend creating your account because that helps in a lot of ways. It's your biodemo information and it's free of charge. And so now you have access to their resources. One of those resources is free practice exams. And again, this is going to help you when that time comes for you to actually take your exam. You're not having to use one of your attempts just to see what's on the exam. And you're also able to schedule when to take your exam, where to take your exam, what time. So what they've offered, are offering, is remote testing. And so that's something that came about, unfortunately, during COVID, but it is a great testing. You know, a lot of people still right now are not very comfortable with going out to certain areas, especially in very populated areas like a testing center. So they do have that remote testing for you for those that would like to do that as well. They have gone above and beyond with trying to make accommodations for students during these times. So it's great to see that they've have done it again. So we want you to take advantage of all the resources that are out there for you.
Ms. Medina, do you mind going back to the slide with the prereqs? Somebody asked about them. Somebody also asked if they should take both the ACI and the HESI. That is based on your own application process. For the College of Nursing, we only require the TEAS, so you can just submit the TEAS. If another institution is asking for the HESI, then submit the HESI to that institution. So it's up to the institution you're really applying to, but we only take the TEAS.
Can you tell me, Esther, what screen you're viewing right now? I apologize.
I see your PowerPoint. Yeah, somebody was just asking about what the prereqs are.
Is it with the different slides or is it the slideshow view?
It's with the different slide. It's
okay.
Not the presentation view now.
Okay.
There you go.
And this is our degree plan for the traditional
was-
BSN student. This
Yeah, so
particular
those are all the
program.
classes you have to take. Anybody want to get a screenshot? It's also on the website. Any other questions?
And please also, we also saw a prettier view, as I mentioned. These two, the BSN program, BSN degree plan, excuse me, and this particular form here, your course checklist, they're one and the same. It's just, this is just brought out in this particular manner to show you the different areas. This is your science and math requirement area. These are your labs. These are the core curriculum requirements. And then these are your other requirements for the program. Okay, so it's kind of spread out for you, which we love. But our website has been revamped, if you will, with new information regarding the traditional BSN program. So we really want you to go out there, look to see what information you can find under frequently asked questions, under the scholarships tab. Once you've been communicated with that you've been accepted into the program, we really want you to start seeking out scholarship opportunities. And we have a ton of scholarship opportunities. And so we have internal and external. We really want you to start looking at those. You can also do outside scholarships. Now, the University of Houston as a whole, through the scholarship and financial aid page, they also have a list of scholarship opportunities for you. But we don't want you to stop there. We want you to just try to see how much of scholarship money you can bring in. Of course, this is free money for you. So that way you're not having to take out maybe a student loan or trying to pay out of pocket. So this is one of the other areas that we like to reward our students with. I believe Esther has a scholarship herself. A lot of our students within our program have scholarship. We have very generous donors. They love the College of Nursing, just like the University of Houston. A lot of those scholarships are from very great organizations. The donors themselves, wonderful people. So we want you to go out there and look to see what is out there, because some of the requirements, yes, maybe once upon a time, it's a 500-word essay. Maybe it's send me, maybe your grades from high school. Maybe something as little as, do you live in Wharton County? Did you ever attend Wharton County Junior College? That is actually one of our scholarships. So it also, my son, I give this example. It's funny. All he had to do was submit a picture of his virtual prom. That's it for $2,000. Let's do that. So nowadays, the requirements are just a little bit different. So we want to, I want to encourage you to make it a point, maybe one time a week. Just pick maybe one day, maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes might be setting up the account and maybe just touch on it. Look to see what's out there. You'll see how many scholarship opportunities are out there, and it's free money. You're in school now. These scholarships will help you right now as you're going to school. So I really encourage you to do that. I wanted to come back and show you, this is the website for the for ATI. So in case you want to take a screenshot, if you wanted to jot it down, this is where you can go and get all the information for ATI. And they have things that you can also download free of charge, kind of give you a little taste of what to expect on that TEAS exam. So remember, we're looking at 2 attempts. So that's the maximum that you can take this exam for our particular program. So remember, if you're trying to apply for this coming fall, that deadline date is when? April 1. So right now, as we're approaching December, that deadline's coming up just a little bit around the way. But guess what? A lot of students think that we're just looking at those credit hours just to December because they've received their grades. It's not true. We're looking at the spring semester also. So yes, they're in progress, but we are including those hours. So that's food for thought, okay? Don't forget, we want to include those hours in that 45 semester credit hour, okay? A lot of students didn't apply our first cohort because they thought it was only those fall hours we're looking at. We're looking at even the ones in progress right now that you'll be doing for that springtime, okay? Because April 1 is right in the middle of that semester. So we are including those, okay? Are there any other questions?
Yeah, there's a question about finding the list of scholarships. If you go onto the College of Nursing homepage, it is under the tab Current Students and then Scholarships.
Let's, let me see if I can pull that up quickly. I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to share again. And what you're looking at is our College of Nursing website. You come over to prospective students, you hover over there under graduate programs. You can find scholarships here, or if you select any one of the BSN programs that we have, you'll also see scholarships on there on that particular page as well. And then this is where you can find our internal and our external scholarship links. Okay.
If you're planning on taking the ATI exam, plan on taking it at least a month ahead. If you want to use both tries, do one in February, one in March, and then you'll be ready for submitting the documents by April 1st.
You want to make sure that you are not pushing it really close to that deadline date, because if you maybe by some chance do not make it that first time around, you're giving yourself some cushion. Just go back and revisit some areas that maybe you need some polishing up on, but you have time to study, okay? So you can go back and take it that second time. You don't want to take it so close to the deadline, you're not giving yourself ample time to go back and revisit, okay? Now if we come again over to prospective students, just to show you real quick, traditional BSN program. This is where you can find all the information that we've talked about today. From the requirements to the degree plan, your form for the change of course, again, the frequently asked questions, pre-nursing, your pathway, that little checklist that we looked over. So it's all here for you. We have an undergraduate student handbook also for you to view if you'd like. And again, if you have any questions, if you come over here to contact us, all our information is here, okay? You come to About Us, select Staff. This is our lovely faculty. If you come to Staff, you'll find me right here, Joanne Medina. Thank you so very much for attending. We greatly appreciate it. We have another session for you. So please feel free to go to your different breakout session. We hope to hear from you. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Have a great day. Go Cougs.